Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Desu.
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 Too much Desu.
You were a little bit late on that, Treble.
Yeah.
Hey, we're tired.
Hey,
we're tired.
You have to have a little bit of dramatic
by the
pause
way,
there.
hey, welcome back, Treble.
Yay! Welcome back to another episode.
Hello.
Yay.
This week, well, this month actually. Sorry. We will be talking about Inuyasha. Sammy, take it from here.
Okie dokie. If I can. Sorry.
Hey, no
Okay.
rushing. We have child viewers now.
Do we?
Do we?
No,
Do we?
I don't know. I hope we do.
I was like, I don't know if we have actually. If we did, it'd be detrimental. But okay.
Oh, God.
I would
Well,
feel
Fluttershy
horrible.
is
Okay.
Anyways,
All
go
right.
ahead.
You're gonna have to forgive me. I have gotten Shark's thing into freaking butchering names all of a sudden.
Yay!
Okay. Alright, so Wow. So the series was created by Rumiko Takahashi. The original run of the manga was from November 13th, 1996 to June 18th, 2008 with 56 volumes. The original run of the anime, the original series, was from October 16th, 2000 to September 13th of 2004, and then Final Act, which is just recently stopped 5 years ago, was in October 3rd, 2009 to March 29th, 2010. The demographic is shonen, which basically means it's more action-packed than the last two that we've had.
So we're
The genre
once
is-
not covering a
Shoujo?
a shoujo or a reverse harem.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
Hey,
Oh,
we're
God, I
actually
just realized
progressing.
there's a really hard word.
Wait, which one is it?
The
Hold on.
genre is... Action.
Sengoku Jidai Genki.
Jidai Genki.
Okay, the genres are action, Sengoku,
Sengoku
Jidai,
Jidai.
Genki. I got it. Sengoku Jidai Genki. It takes a minute because I know these are phonetic, which basically means it's put in the Warring States era, and then Supernatural. It has 4 feature films, which are Affections Touching Across Time, Castle Beyond the Looking Glass, which is my personal favorite, Swords of an Honorable Ruler, and Fire
one's mine.
on Mystic Island.
I actually don't remember a lot of the movies. Funny enough, like
That's because they're very
they're
even
very
though they're very popular, they weren't really mainstreamed.
they were very niche, really.
Mhm.
But I'd say my favorite would be Swords of an Honorable Ruler.
I guess
Just because I really like the story in it.
I mean, as much as I love Affection Across Time, Castle Beyond the Looking Glass was the first one I saw, so it's automatically, biased.
Right, and then
But-
there was also a couple of OVAs, soundtrack CDs, and video games.
And you wouldn't let me finish,
Because I wanted to do it for you.
asshole.
Oh, I love you too.
We're family here.
We are. But also, yeah, we have the OVAs, the soundtracks, the video games, including Feudal Combat and Cursed Mask for PS2, which are the most popular ones that I know of, a light novel, and then a live-action play.
There was a live-action play?
There was a live-action play for this, and also there was a Chinese show that was based off of this,
Okay.
off of the manga.
Wait. Go back to the live-action play. How did it work?
You stay on the stage and you act.
I mean, heck, whenever we start
Yeah.
talking about Black Butler, I can bring up the musicals for that.
What?
Ooh, actually, I want to cover that. We'll do that one later.
Okay.
Eh,
Possibly next, but...
maybe.
Anyways, the plot of Inuyasha follows the title character Inuyasha, a half demon who was born of a dog demon father and a human mother. By the way, yes, this is going to be very long. Anyways, a high school student named Kagome Higarashi. Yay! Yeah, I said it right. Sammy's the one messing words up today.
I'm also slightly inebriated.
Yay.
Yay for finals week. A young
Yeah,
orphan
blame Finals
fox.
Week. It's its fault.
A young orphan. Shut up. A young
Okay.
orphan fox demon named. Shut up. A young-
Demon Fox, Demon Fox.
Okay,
Shut up,
start
Owen.
over.
A
Yeah,
young.
Demon Fox. There
A
you go.
young, you know, I'm just gonna start over. The plot of Inuyasha follows the title character Inuyasha, a half demon who was born of a dog demon father. Stop laughing! High school
keep
student named Kagome. You interrupted me. A high school student named Kagome Higarashi, a young orphan fox demon named Shippo. By the way, he's probably my favorite character.
Da-da-da.
I'm going to kick you both. Shush.
Keep
A-
going.
A horny monk. A horny monk with a wind tunnel.
Did you really
in
just
his
say a
hand.
horny monk? No.
What? That's what he is.
Lecherous is different than horny.
Yes, it is.
So you're saying he's not horny?
Not all the time.
What I wrote.
Lecherous is technically different.
Anyways, a lecherous monk cursed with a wind tunnel in his hand named Meroku, a demon slayer named Sango, big chested chick, whatever, and her demon cat named Kalala, which is Kalala probably gets a very good is probably a very good contendant for best character aside Shippo. Kalala on their journey to find the shattered fragments of the Jewel of the Four Souls, or Shikon no Tama, a powerful jewel that was hidden in Kagome's body after her soul's previous incarnation, the priestess Kikyo. I got it right, yay. I thought for a second I was going to get it right. Kikyo was killed by the series' main antagonist Naraku, technically speaking through Inuyasha, but This journey brings them in contact with a huge cast of characters, human and demon alike, including Sashomaru, Inuyasha's half-brother from his father, and who is a full demon. Okay. Never mind. I'm confused for a second. Anyways, Kuhaku, Shango's little brother, who is kidnapped by Naraku, and the incarnations of Naraku, Kagura, Kana, and many others. Now for a tidbit of the world. Tidbits, go! Do your thing.
Oh, right. sorry, doing stuff. Anyway. Sorry, at time of recording, I'm currently trying to organize Christmas gifts. Anyway. The world of the anime is set during the Warring States era. Wait, did we go over this already?
Yes. A little bit.
I just brained out. Okay. Warring States era, which was a time marked by social upheaval, political intrigue, and near constant military conflict. This world had many lords and castles, though an emperor is not mentioned. There's most definitely a caste system, as well as a very real fear of demons. Many demons have monstrous and grotesque looks, but these are like Sashomaru, a wolf named Koga, who, if it's the one I'm thinking of, he's got lots of fan art.
He's the wolf boy.
He's a lot of
He's the
fan art.
wolf guy.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I've seen a fair share. I'm sorry. And, no, sorry, at comic conventions, he's had, like, lots of good pinups. And I remember that one.
Yeah.
Okay,
I'm
moving
Okay.
not
on.
touching that.
Naraku and Inuyasha that have very human-like forms. However, Inuyasha...
Hang on.
Huh?
Sorry if I'm interrupting. Here's my question. Why are there not demons back in Kagome's time? Not Kagome,
She's in the present.
Kagome's
Alright.
time, yeah. Why are there was demons before, why are there no longer demons now? Not now, but
There-
like
It's
now
not
in
mentioned.
the
It's not talked about. Not even in Final Act. We don't know.
Nope. It's kind of left open-ended there, purposely.
a little bit of a problem because they really should at least talk about it. Mention like, hey, by the way, guys, there's still demons.
Maybe they're in hiding. You know, that kind of thing.
Or, like Yokai Watch, we cannot see them.
That,
Or
that
they
is-
interbreeded
that doesn't
too
make
much
any
and they
sense.
can't be seen.
That still doesn't make any sense for like the Yokai Watcher because they were able to see them previously. Everyone was able to see.
Well, also different dimensions, different universes, etc., etc.
Yeah.
He's got a point there.
Anyways, continue.
Also called creative liberties.
Yeah, that too.
Let's see.
However-
However, Inuyasha has But Inuyasha has dog ears on top of his head, and Koga looks like a wolf with his cute little tail. And I guess wolfish demeanor, I guess I can call it that. Sesshomaru has more of the appearance of a young lord, and I love him, but I also hate the guy, you know, Sesshomaru,
Yeah,
villain and all that.
you mean because he's kind of a dick?
Yeah.
He's a douchebag.
But there's also the fact that half demons like Inuyasha, which I always constantly pronounce Inuyasha in my head, will turn human for a period of time. I'm sorry.
No, it's fine, because I remember in high school when I was first introducing people to this, people kept saying Inuyasha or Inuyasha, and I'm like, please pronounce it right.
There is a clear weekend time for all half demons, and they usually do have to conceal themselves as they are mere mortals. So, Inuyasha's time of humanity is during the new moon, where he gains black hair and loses his ear, fangs, and claws, and it probably came to the time of the month.
As well, like, I've actually
You know,
noticed,
as a
and
female,
I
I
believe
find
they
slight
actually
offense to that.
I'm sorry.
I just
I believe that they did show his father. When Inuyasha's in a human state, he looks more like his mother than his father. But when he's in his demon state, he looks like his father.
Well, that's the point, because his mother was human. Therefore, it would make more sense for him to look like his mother. Shark! Dude!
Interesting. Interesting.
Wait, what?
Basically,
Oh, okay.
yeah, keep going.
Okay, last paragraph here. Also mentioned in this universe is the modern world from where Kagome originates. There are several nods to modern cities. Sorry, Kagome. I don't know like Kagome. Oh yeah, like Whack Donald's. That's a thing in her world.
Yes, it is.
So,
I remember this in Quiz Bowl.
so this is the world that we are more than likely escaping from in a sense while in this story. But I mean, come on, Whack Donald's is just amazing. So.
It's funny because I actually remember, like in Quiz Bowl, there was a question that said, "What is the McDonald's version in the manga world?" It literally said, "What is manga world's version of McDonald's?" I'm like, I am so glad I'm a geek.
My question is this: like, would they get in trouble for using McDonald's or?
No, it's a parody.
Like that.
Hang on, guys.
That's somewhat of a small form of advertisement there.
Yeah, it's because McDonald's is getting their essentially free. It's like, hey, you should go eat here in the real world and find McDonald's called McDonald's. You know, they're smart enough. Usually.
All right. Anyways, continue.
Usually. No, I'm done. That was basically the whole world of us talking.
What was next?
That's it.
I think that was all. Basically, at this point, don't we usually go into first impressions?
For me, the first impressions for Inuyasha, it was interesting to say the least. It has a lot of really bombastic characters, and it's anime. A lot of anime tend to have really bombastic characters. If it doesn't, it tends not to be very good. But it's just, I think my favorite thing about this series is honestly the characters rather than the story itself.
You mean because the story is basically girl finds guy is free, something shatters, must go on journey?
Essentially, I believe it's actually like a lot of other anime based on Journey to the West, I believe.
Don't think so.
Wait, what quest?
Journey to the West. Have you never heard of
Journey
that?
to the West. Yeah, no, I have. No, I thought I said Drink
okay.
Quest. Drink Quest? What? No.
No, that is what I am on, my friend.
Yeah, we know,
Okay.
we know the same.
I had fun.
But no, yeah, Journey to the West. I understand that one.
I thought it was though. I thought it was based on Journey to the West. Journey to the West.
No, there's another anime that's a couple of anime that are based on Journey to the West, but I don't think Inuyasha is.
Anyways, Lamp, go ahead.
I think my first impressions on that one was more like, oh, this could be a harmless and like little series to watch if I have some time, and I did. So I watched a couple episodes. I mean, I found that the premise of demons, like I like any show that has like demons or anything like, a little more otherworldly about it. So I thought, okay, you're free a demon, cool. And then I see his personality, I'm like, oh, it's that kind of demon. So it's like, man, I thought I liked you, and then no, you're trying to be annoying. But to be fair, I think the whole series was. I mean, but first impressions, I liked it. It was harmless. I liked it. It was a good story, good setting. I watched it because of that.
Alrighty.
So that was me.
So it was essentially really, really weird.
No, actually decently good for a fantasy show. It didn't get too weird, but it got weird enough that I was interested.
Alright, it's like, it's, again, like, to bring it back up, Yokai Watch, it's like Yokai Watch on steroids.
I have never seen this, so I don't know.
No, it's more focused, more like. It's not like it isn't spread as far apart. It's more like a focused version of that. Instead of saying, oh, here, they're everywhere in the world, it's like it is one dimension in this storyline, which is what I liked about it. It was a focused story.
Alright, Trev, why don't you take the next one?
Okay.
First impression.
First impression, okay. To be honest, I thought it was, yay, weird.
Yay! I'd have to censor that myself.
You still should, though. you should censor her, yeah.
Okay, keep going.
Okay, so I thought it was really weird. I kind of jumped in the middle of the series because, for some stupid reason, 13 years old at the time, decided, staying up to 2, 3 o'clock in the morning was awesome. Watching Naruto and all that crap on Adult Swim, and then this pops up, and I'm going, what is this?
Wait, when you were 13?
Interesting. Okay. Huh?
Trev, when you were 13?
Yeah?
Anime didn't start appearing on Adult Swim till
Sure.
like 2010.
Are you sure about that?
You're very misinformed.
No, Toonami was the anime thing for like that long ago.
Oh, well. Whatever age that was then.
It was a time.
It was
It was a time of my life
It was
that
a
I
place.
regret.
It was a time. It was a place.
It was a time and a place where I should not have been up at that time.
We've all been there.
Actually, when I was 13, I stayed up all night. So,
Yeah, we all have.
Okay, but
anyways, Sammy.
Yeah.
yeah.
I was in the same boat. Literally, when I first saw it, it was in the wee hours of I'm supposed to be in bed because I have school. But at the same time, I fell in love with it because one of my what grade was I in when I first saw this? I think it was like 6th grade or something like that. So I was still in middle school when it first came out.
I feel old now. I feel old now.
I'm older than you.
So.
But no, like when I first saw it, it was one of the first anime along with like Pokemon and stuff like that I'd seen. But one of my best friends at that time had said, "Oh, hey, you should watch this." I was like, "Okay, cool." So I watched it and I was like, "This is odd, but I like it."
Yeah.
So it was actually one of my introductory. I can
Close.
English today. It was.
I
one
was
of my,
doing that yesterday, so.
It was one of my introductory anime, so it has very, very good feels.
Yeah, it is a very, very. It is one of those animes that I would say to somebody who's just getting into anime to go watch because its story is not the most complicated thing in the world. It's just really, really, really long.
Because it's almost all filler.
Honestly, filler is not always bad. Not always.
Filler's not always bad when it has a
Always
point.
bad. Not
Yeah,
always
I
bad,
love
but
Dragon
whenever
Ball
you
Z.
watch Naruto and the fillers ruin the name of fillers, there you go.
Oh yeah, no, of course.
No,
I love Dragon Ball Z filler.
Oh my god, they
Those
take too damn
orphans.
long.
It's like 9 episodes for one punch.
No.
You mean
Anyways.
19
How many
episodes from one?
episodes How many
Anyways,
episodes does it take for Goku to finish
Shush.
off the villain?
Anyways, go ahead, Lana.
So are we on the next part now?
Yeah, we're on favorite characters. Woo!
I think, and mine was Moroku because he had 2 reasons. One, I cosplayed as him.
Yeah.
And 2, his situation was harrowing because knowing that you would have basically your own death on you all the time and you're gonna die from it anyway. It's like, oh, okay. How do you deal with that? He just lives life as he can. That's why he after the ladies, and it's like, all right.
Doesn't he just go after ladies because he's always fucking horny?
No.
Not necessarily. No. I think the other reason he did it too was because he was just trying to live. He was just trying to live life best he could alongside fighting evil, which he was raised to do. It was in the end. It was like, like, I kind of feel for the guy. I feel bad for him. But in the end, he overcame evil and the whole evil that was chasing him, which was Naraku, I believe.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so he fought that the whole way through. I was like, good for you, buddy. You're doing the best you can, and you're a monk. So I like both of
Technically,
those
if you
things.
think about it, Naraku's also the reason he has the frickin' wind tunnel, and the only reason he goes up to women going, will you bear my child, is so that, you know, he has a legacy just in case he doesn't make it.
But it's also a really good pickup line.
Oh my god, no it's not!
Come on!
Anyways,
I think it's funny.
Sammy, go ahead.
Yeah.
Pick up the line.
Keep
Sammy.
going. Yeah.
My turn or Trev's turn?
Either one.
No, Sammy's.
Oh, Sammy's okay.
Okay, whatever. Okay, so actually my favorite character is not a hero. My favorite character is actually a villain. Yay. No, his name is Bankotsu from the Band of Seven.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I remember him.
And Trev knows why. But anyway.
Oh yeah.
No, I like the fact that shut up. I like the fact that he's a villain, but at the same time, he was a mercenary when he was alive. He had a no shits given attitude, and at the same time, he lived life as freely as he wanted to. They keep hitting my mic. Hang on.
It's okay.
He kept living life as much as he wanted to, and I love that.
Alright.
It also helps for the fact that he was hot, in my opinion. But at the same time,
Oh no, I mean we have other logical reasons, of course.
but at the same time,
Yeah.
if I had to pick any other character, it would be Sango because she's a badass.
Yep.
She's a badass
Giant
with big
boomerang.
tits.
Giant
That
boomerang
has
just
nothing
chucks
to
it at
do
you.
with it.
No, she has a really big boomerang.
Wow.
I'm gonna stick quiet on that.
I'm not drunk enough for this.
Anyways,
Sorry,
my
I'm done
turn. For me, my favorite character, as I said, is sort of split between Kilala and Shippo. For Shippo, it's because he's a freaking badass, even though he's, again, really, really short and young. He's just that much of a badass. For Kilala, she's a giant tiger. I think.
Well, she wants to be.
Was it a tiger or was it like a cat?
She's a cat.
They're both technically cats, whatever. Anyways, she's a giant
Be
fucking
that.
fire cat.
Yeah. Yeah.
What is to not like about her? That's my question.
I mean, unless you have Shira saying, "I had the power," and pointed at her, and all of a sudden, look, giant cat.
Do not bring that up.
Sorry.
Perfect. But if I had to choose a different one that's not like the cutest characters, it might be Kagome, simply because of, like, she's just trucking through, like, she does not have to do all this, and yet she still stays and does it anyway. She is a trooper.
She has an obligation. She's the one who shattered the dang thing.
Yeah, but technically speaking, she could just leave and never ever come back.
That's true. I think a couple episodes didn't they kind of hint at that?
Yeah, technically speaking, she always has the power to leave and never ever come back, and yet she still stays. That is the mark of a great character.
I thought there was like an episode or two where she actually left and came and like she was like living amongst her whatever her world,
Well,
but then she went back.
There were
Well,
many
that's because
episodes where she
Inuyasha
went back
took
and
the-
forth.
Well, also, Inuyasha took the frickin' jewel shards and pushed her in, and she couldn't go back without them. So,
Right, but she could. I think one episode I remember watching, she could literally have just stayed and she didn't.
Yeah,
Like she went back.
She has gone
well, she
back
could
and
have,
forth.
but
Yeah, she could have just like, you know what? No, I can just leave this to Inuyasha. Here, take all this and go. I was like, no, I'm gonna go back. It's like, fair enough. All right,
Yeah,
fair
well,
enough.
She's
also,
a-
if you
she's
think about
a
it,
very-
Inuyasha goes after her butt.
To me,
Yeah,
he does.
yeah.
He can't force her to go back.
Yeah,
What?
he can.
Yes,
Yeah.
and then he
Technically, he could.
remember that her whole family's job is to guard that well that Inuyasha came out of to begin with.
And yet they
I'm
suck at
sure-
it. I'm sorry. If you think about the wards that the grandfather makes, they suck.
That's true. That's true.
Alright, anyways, Treble, why don't you continue?
Okay, so my favorite character is Koga.
For multiple reasons.
Oh,
Ooh,
you
wow.
Oh Jesus.
so,
Keep going.
okay,
Koga.
The reason why I like Koga is because he, of course, is just one of those out of the blue moments where he's like, "Hey, I'm gonna court, Kagome because I need someone to
So
make me."
essentially, you like him because he's sexy, and he knows.
No. Let me finish my reasoning. The reason why I like Koga, not for the fact that he's like, "Hey, you have to marry someone so I become chief of my tribe," that kind of shit. No, it's because even though he's still trying to court her, even though he's already promised to another woman, he's kind of like making sure Inuyasha does not mess up. He's like, look, she's a good girl. If you mess up, she's mine. So he's like,
Wait, hold on.
Watching.
He was promised?
Yeah.
He was already promised to someone else, and he didn't love her, but he had already fallen smitten in love with Kagome. But yet he put those feelings aside because he was already promised to somebody.
Oh, I forgot he was, I guess. Huh.
Yeah, he was promised to Ayame.
Oh yeah, that's right, he was. Yeah, I think about that now.
Trev, just
Darn, it's been a while.
admit it. You like him because he's sexy, and he knows it.
No, that's mine, okay? I like him because he's sexy. Don't even go on my territory.
No,
Trev,
that's not.
Trev, you just need to play like the clip. You're sexy and you know it. You do, that's what you need to.
Oh.
Isn't that my job?
Yes.
Here.
You're the editor.
No, that's not the reason.
You need to though.
His character development is good. Like at first, like I said,
Well,
he's just there because he wants to marry someone else because he's not in love with Ayame. But you see him develop as one of those protective, brotherly figures to Kagome, though.
That is true. He wasn't that much of a jerk throughout the series, which is actually kind of cool.
Yeah, like he ends up becoming one of those really protective, brotherly figures. Like there was a moment where I know Inuyasha f***ed up like really big, and he just shows up out of the blue and was like, "All right, that's your last straw. Goodbye." He like picks up Kagome and runs off. And I love that moment in there because that is so hilarious to me for some stupid reason. But he's like, "You messed up. Goodbye. Last chance. Bye." That kind of thing.
To which I believe Inuyasha comes back and kicks his butt. Just like, he's like, alright, now I'm taking her back.
Yeah.
Okay, then on to the discussion of the world, and Sammy, you get to start us off on this one.
Yay. Okay, so with this discussion of the world, you as Lant pointed out in the little tidbit, but it's shush. You definitely see historical hints when you're in the Warring States era, because lords, princesses, all that stuff. I mean, the freaking beauty that you get to see in some of the kimonos that are done, different nods towards Miko's and how their outfits were. I mean, it's very elaborately done, and I love it. The only thing that kind of makes me go, what the hell, is why do most of the demons that you look at that are higher up, or like Sesshomaru or Naraku, why do they have eyeshadow?
Oh, you're right, they
Because
do.
they look fabulous. That's why.
It could
They
be
look
a
fabulous.
form of,
Naraku has like this purplish looking eyeshadow, and then Sesshomaru has the purplish looking eyeshadow, and then Naraku
It
has
could
this
just be a
bluish
form of
looking
power.
eyeshadow, and it's like, what the hell?
Again, like Sammy, they just look fabulous. You can't argue with that.
True, okay, I wouldn't argue with that either, that the fact they look fabulous. Technically, wearing purple is a status statement.
Well, okay, see, that makes sense, because that's more nobility and royalty. That makes sense, though. Eyeshadow?
Because if a man
Well,
can
actually, if you actually look up like the Warring States are in that time, a lot of warlords did do that in order to look fierce. in order to look more scary.
That's true.
It's similar to war paint in a way.
That's true. I didn't think about that before. It makes the eyes look like a little darker.
Yeah, that's essentially the point of it. Is that it's supposed to make you look. It's like trying to look bigger in front of a bear.
I mean, I'm sorry. I looked it up. I don't see anything about that at all, and I'm really confused.
Okay, well,
No, I just imagine that was maybe the line of thought that they went through, but
I don't know. That's
Well, okay. See, now, if you're saying that that's what they were going for, yeah. But if you're trying to say that it's history,
Yeah, okay,
that
I'm
might be a
sorry.
problem.
sorry. Anyways, moving on.
I don't know.
Oh, it's my turn.
Fabulous with
Okay.
eyeshadow.
Okay, yes, they essentially just look fabulous. But alright, my turn then. As Sammy pointed out, yeah, it's the Warring States era. There's actually a lot more to talk about than say Udon or Fruits Basket, because the world is larger. There's a lot more history and a lot more mythological things that go into it. My favorite things about this world are actually probably Inuyasha's and Shishomaru's swords.
oh yeah,
Because essentially it's the swords of life and death.
that is true.
Tetsaiga and the Tenseiga?
Yeah, they are essentially the swords of light and death. Of not light and death. Of life and
Life
death.
and death?
Life and death.
We were close!
One being able to kill, one being able to bring back.
That makes sense.
So I find it really interesting as why Shishomaru wants of course the ability to kill, right? Like
He's a pure demon, that makes sense.
here's my question though: if all pure demons or all demons are supposed to be quote unquote evil, why would their father make a sword that heals?
Because he knew.
Teach him mercy.
Because he knew exactly, like, to give them the opposite. You give the one who has the natural instinct to kill the healing one, and then you give the one that has essentially not as much guts as the one who already wants to kill someone, the one who does damage, because he won't use it properly until he understands what it means.
I
Pretty
guess
much.
like
I think
I
one
guess
is supposed to be... I'm sorry, go ahead. I'll finish my thought in a minute.
I guess it's more like I guess maybe Inuyasha's father knew that Inuyasha would spend the time to learn it, or would need to spend the time to learn it, because he would not be able to learn it. He would not be a natural at it like his brother would be.
I think also the reasoning was, and I'm remembering from what I heard and from what I read, it was so that Sesshomaru learned what mercy was, and then Inuyasha's was used to protect. That is what I remember.
Alright, that's...
And I think that was explained in one of the movies. I think it was Honorable Sword that it was explained. I think.
But,
I don't remember.
And here's another question. Is Inuyasha's fang stronger than his father's?
Well, instead of relying on his father, he'd be relying on himself. That's where the power comes from. Now that I remember Totosai saying.
Yeah, I guess. Huh. Anyways, I'm forgetting names now. Shit, I'm forgetting names. Trouble, go. Sorry. Your turn.
What are we doing? Sorry, what?
We're talking about
Characters. Or the world, my bad.
The world. I have to kind of agree with what Sammy said. Like, basically what all she said was basically what I felt about it. You know, you could see the different... I don't know how to say it. It made you feel like you actually stepped into that time.
Yeah, you can see
Of the past.
warring clans, warring nations. It feels like you stepped into the warring era.
Basically, yes. You see how it was kind of like a back in time kind of moment. Back to the future moment, put it that way. And of course, back in time when like Kagome brought that bicycle and all the villagers are tripping the hell out. They're like, "What is this? What is this monstrosity?"
But what if Kagome had brought in a car all the way back
Can't
from
fit that
there?
through the well?
Yeah, right.
I'm just saying, what
that
if?
A smart car would.
No, I'm just saying. I'm just asking, what if she could? What if she did or could?
That'd be amazing, but also would run out of gas, and then you have to leave it there.
Yeah, but like, what would the villagers say to it?
what is this demon? What is this demon carriage? I don't
And then
know.
well, that's when
But
that's
how-
when you tell them it basically is a mechanical horse that you can ride in.
Well, that's what they said when the car was first invented, anyway. So, well,
That's true. That's true.
I guess.
Oh, this is one thing. Here, I forgot about the world too. Back in Kagome's world, wasn't there the guy who was concerned about her bunions?
Kojo.
Oh,
Yeah, he was like, "Here for your bunions." And I'm like,
Kojo.
"What the heck?"
I think that was her grandpa.
Oh my god. Well, since we're talking about the feudal world, we have to talk about the modern
Yeah.
world because
Yeah,
it
that's true.
definitely has its nods. It definitely has its nods to modern society, as we said about having a McDonald's ripoff, and then you also see like different things that nod to it possibly being in Tokyo, maybe. But I don't.
Yeah,
I think
yeah, that makes sense.
it's either in Tokyo or it's in a different city. It doesn't really specify where it is.
I think
but you
it's
can
just
definitely
in
tell
some
it's
random
in
Japanese
Japan.
city. I think it's just in some random Japanese city.
It may be. I'm just saying that you can definitely tell it is in a city.
But
And-
you are correct. Like in this rare instance, we get two worlds. We get the world of we get the Warring States era, which is like I guess you could say is like the world of the demons, or you get the modern world, which is I guess again you could say is the world of the humans, where demons don't necessarily exist as far as we can tell.
I never thought of it like that, actually.
Since, like, didn't Kagome say that Inuyasha could not be seen? Like, if he was seen, it would cause panic?
That's what he said. That's what she
Right,
said.
yeah.
But
Well, yeah, that would make sense. I mean,
but she was also very uptight about it. And then once he moved in and settled down, they were like, "Okay, we're cool with that." And it's like, yeah, she can over exaggerate a bit there.
But see, here's
also-
the question, like, if there are demons in the Warring States era, essentially the medieval era, why are there no demons in the modern era?
That's a good question. But maybe it is actually stated. It's supposed to state, as you said, one is a world of demons, the other is a world of humans.
So essentially, unlike what we were told of, it is different eras. It's actually entirely different dimensions.
Well, just like there's different timelines of humanity as well. Like you could have the same setting in different worlds.
That would make sense.
Like that's
It's sort of like again going back to the Future. It's sort of like in the second movie where they go back to 1958, change, or at least I think Biff does. Goes back to 1950. Was it 1958 or 1968?
one.
I don't
one of the
remember.
two. Right.
Something. Either way. And he changes something. He gives his younger self a book, the Almanac.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And then they go back, and the world's completely different. Maybe it's something like that.
Right, because the first world's still
So-
there, but now you just made a new one. So there's different.
Yeah,
Yeah.
essentially.
So yeah, that
So
makes
maybe
sense.
that's what it is.
I mean,
Anyways, sorry, Lamp. I kind of stole your
no, that's
spot.
fine. I think
Not
we were
Lamp,
done anyway with that, right?
No, not Lamp.
Yeah, it's just like,
Lamp,
yeah.
it's your turn.
No, you're good. You're good.
Lamp, it's your turn, actually.
we're with the thing with the world, right? Okay.
Yes.
What actually surprised me about this show was actually just that fact that this was not a small area of a show, because if anything, that this whole thing was just as big as the modern day knockoff Tokyo, whatever.
City. Some random city in Tokyo.
Well, actually, speaking of which, I'm looking on the wiki right now. Kagome Higurashi was born in modern Japan, and so technically it's Japan, just the anime version of every Japan that they use.
So essentially, it's some random place in Japan.
Yeah, it's like, here's a set, there you go. But what?
Well, okay, I could see
But
that.
what-
Most people would probably set it in like Tokyo or something.
But what surprises me about the show was when even in Japan, the feudal era, it didn't feel like it was just like a set like most anime. Instead, like you actually get a feeling of it's a huge area to explore and actually to get back and forth in with like vibrant worlds, and that's what really kept me going. It's like, what I want to see the people in the world, like Kaede and all the village, just as much as I want to see the main character, because I actually want to see how the world would change.
Yeah, I agree with that. I kind of wish that they spent more time in the human world. Like, I actually sort of have wished that demons did like exist in the modern era, or in the modern world, or whatever you want to say.
I think didn't one follow Kagome at one point?
I think
Just
so.
Inuyasha. That's about it.
I think like
Shippo
I think they only ever had two demons come into like the human world, which was the centipede person.
Yeah,
Madam Centipede.
yeah, I remember her.
Yeah, Madam Centipede and Inuyasha himself.
Yeah, I think that.
Yeah, that's about it.
No, actually, no. Actually, strike that. I think Shippo came at least once.
I don't
think-
think so.
Really?
No, I don't think so.
Because I don't recall either, like, I don't specifically recall what that was either, to be honest, but yeah, I do know that a couple came, but that's because of the well. Otherwise, they might not have been able to appear there, because if it not had been the well as like a lens, it wouldn't have been able to do so.
Well, actually, no, because I think that the reason why they can't come through the well is because they don't have the shards.
Well, that too, but they'd also have to. Inuyasha, for some strange reason or another, is able to go through the well, but we don't know the reason
Because
why.
Inuyasha, yeah, actually, I think I can sort of theorize why. I think the reason why is that Inuyasha is highly connected to the gem, to the shard.
Because he was
Thus,
sealed.
the-
Oh,
thus,
yeah.
even though he does not have it, even though he is not holding a shard or shards, he is still able to tap into the power to allow himself to go to the human world.
You think so?
That can work, I guess.
It seems logical since, again, yeah, he is deeply connected to it. It is the only thing that can turn him into a full demon, and it's something that he was going to be given to. It was something that he was going to be given, so it
Yeah,
makes
to
sense.
turn him human.
And it could be because
But
because the first priestess sealed him with a magical arrow, so maybe he's immune to something we don't know.
Maybe.
Like
Maybe.
maybe he was sealed from the whole dimensional thing. Either way, the well is like the well is the writer's oops
And
card.
actually, something interesting about that.
Yeah.
Before Kagome, it actually sort of becomes a what's it called, a paradox in that he should before Kagome unhatched it, not unhatched him, but
Unhatched?
took the arrow out of him. He still should have been there, stuck to the tree in the modern era.
Well, that's also like again, that's technically a different world as well as a timeline. You have to factor in both dimensions.
Yeah, but they're still going back in time, and it creates a very nasty paradox because now the question is, when did he originally get undone? Because before Kagome ever went back, he was no longer on that tree, meaning that Kagome would have had to gone back and undid it, but she couldn't because she didn't know about it at that time.
But maybe it passed. So this is all a headcanon theory.
Or there's such
Yeah.
thing as called loopholes and writers'
I'm just saying,
freedom.
it creates a very nasty
Anyway,
paradox.
we'll
But
move on.
anyways,
Head theories later, with people have written fanfiction anyway.
alrighty. Now
writers'
on to
freedom.
the logical angsty punks or whatever. Actually, I think this is the first one where we can actually say that he is that it's just a Mick Angsty
Yeah,
pants.
this is just a McGangsty pan. No, not quite.
No, it's
Everything
not
has
necessarily-
logic in
And
this story too.
I cast my vote for
Therefore-
Sashomaru because I mean, Sashomaru,
What?
the main evil, like
I can.
I cast
agree
my
with
vote for
that,
him.
actually, but I will actually argue it. I'll actually argue against it and say Moroku
But he's not very angsty,
in a way.
is he?
Oh, not Moroku. Inuyasha. My bad.
Okay, he is angsty. Be fair.
Either that or not Kagome, but Kikyo.
Oh yeah, Kikyo.
Oh god.
I forgot about her.
Collective groan. Kikyo.
That's
Yeah,
not,
I think
that's
that
not
we
a
know-
logical McGangsty pants. That's a logical.
Okay. Okay, I think we know who wins that then.
Correction. Logical moping.
Wait,
bitch.
Okay. Anyway.
Okay. we'll go with
that's
that.
quick. All right, there we go.
All right, James. Trev, why don't you start this one?
Wait, what? What's going?
Trev, why don't you start-
Like why-ish?
The angsty pants?
With?
No, Trev. Why don't you start?
Oh, themes. Okay.
Oh, Steve.
You nerds. Jeez.
I'm so sorry. Apparently, I do
It's
not
okay,
understand
keep
English
going.
anymore.
Am I the only one who
I think so.
Today?
Apparently.
No, she's just thinking in German.
Anyway,
So-
go ahead, Tread.
Okay, so I think my favorite point in there, I guess.
Well, it's
No,
not
that
really
would-
a point. It's not a point really in the anime. It's that would be a favorite moment. But like themes, like the feudal era, the time travel, the themes.
The creep factor of falling down the well.
Okay, I guess I can understand that.
The transition between the modern era to the feudal era, that kind of thing. Like how
I
she-
think it's really interesting that she.
Yeah,
that
how they.
like that.
It's just really creepy. Like
It's
you
creepy,
think,
but it's
okay,
really
Kind of an Alice
interesting.
in Wonderland thing.
yeah,
Yeah, that's
got that.
actually. You know what? I guess you could say that this is sort of like Alice in Wonderland in like an anime form.
No, this is Alice in Wonderland on crack.
There is an Alice.
Serious
So
crap.
there's actually a game that's Alice in Wonderland.
You mean Alice in the
essentially on
Country
crack.
of Hearts?
That was
Alice in
the
the Country of
American
Hearts
Mickey.
is the manga that's awesome.
No.
Hey,
There's a video.
Yes.
There's a video game for
That would
Alice
be-
in
that would-
in Wonderland.
That's American
I know.
Mickey
I've
Alice.
seen it too. I'm saying like there is a manga version of Alice, and I love it though. Yeah, Alice in the Country of Hearts.
Yes, there is, and it's amazing.
But
I
yeah,
need to read it. Anyways,
you're right. It is
um,
Alice in Wonderland in feudal Japan on a slight amount of drugs.
on drugs that you can't get in the modern world, that you have to go back in time to get them.
Oh, Jesus Christ. That sounds
It is
horrific.
very complicated. Inuyasha sells them in the back alley, though.
I love it. Keep going.
Bad.
Anyway,
Keep going.
so okay, themes. You're on themes, right?
Your turn,
That
Sylvia.
was basically it. I love the fact that you have your really creepy moments between the
All right, go
transition.
All right, your turn then.
Darn it. In this case, besides the transition, which I found as an interesting symbolism on its own, like if a well is a well mean in Japan. Besides the well theme, I also found the theme of the whole spirits in inhabiting everything in ancient Japan, as was their belief back then. It was ancient Japan. That's what they thought was spirits for everything, and that carries over today, which I found an interesting way of showing that. The other one being, aside from like companionship and then eventually overcoming oneself, which most of the characters finally did. That was basically the thing that I took away from that one and that's why I liked it. Was like it was a journey for all of the characters simultaneously, each finding their own answer at the end, and they did. And that's what I found the theme. But not necessarily family as much, but like the struggle to overcome and understand.
Kind of like what's it called? What's it called? A really, really dysfunctioning pile of friends,
Or just regular friends. I mean,
I mean, technically speaking, we are also a dysfunctional pile of friends. So.
A dysfunctional pile of friends. Not just
Dysfunctional
regular
pile.
friends.
Yes,
a
yes.
dysfunctional pile
No,
of
yeah,
friends.
we are dysfunctional.
For themes, I would have to say growth. Because you see how the
I
characters
stole
first
that.
start. Huh?
I was gonna say growth, but
Oh, well, I'm sorry. But no, like, if you look at it, you see all the characters start to, well, grow. They change, they mature, and as they go on, you see them start to not really care so much about only themselves. They start to care about the group as a whole. Especially in Final Act.
true. That is true.
That's
Right.
that's when you can tell it's about to hit the fan.
my favorite character that actually grew was Shippo. Like just
Shippo did
his
not
journey
lie.
of actually trying to be be a good name to his, I believe his brothers. I think that's what he wanted, right?
Yeah.
Like he wanted to,
He's not
to
as
give a
powerful
good
as
name
his
to
other
his
brothers.
family.
I think so. Yeah, I think that's what I took away from that. Because remember he was trying to do it for like I think it was family trying to be the most powerful or providing. I think it was one of the two.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was either growing. Essentially, he was growing up. He started as like the little child character who was a little bit weak, and then he honestly grew into. I think he actually did grow into kind of a really good fighter using his tricks.
If you think about it, all of the characters are growing up because you have Inuyasha, who's essentially a teenager. You have Kagome, who's a teenager. Pretty much everybody in our cast, our main cast, are teenagers except for Shippo.
Actually, that's not entirely true. We have our kid. Then we have our teenagers. But then we have Moroku. Is it Moroku? Moroku. And,
What? He's 19.
And Shanga and Sango.
Hang
I
on,
don't think he was older than that. Holy crap.
Right.
Though, then again, it is anime. Characters are...
There's a beautiful thing called the internet.
Not
Give me a
that I'm
minute.
thinking. Well, it wouldn't surprise me if he was young, because, I mean, if
He's 18.
wow.
Really?
The fuck?
Yeah, he's 18, and
What
Sango,
the
I
heck?
think, is 16.
Okay.
Told you! Everybody is little
okay, so
teenagers.
Well, either way, like
Sounds
she's
like
18.
sometime in age right now.
I was right.
Hang on.
Everybody is teenagers.
Hang on. Attitude-wise, the characters don't all seem like teenagers. Moroku and Sango seem like they're adults. Like, they've already did all this stuff. They've already lived life to where they are right now, and they're already where they're wanting to be.
Well, if you think about it, at that time, they had to grow up quickly. Because Moroku is a monk who has a wind tunnel in his hand that could swallow him up at any time. And then Sango lived in a village full of demon slayers. She was already a grown woman in her
Who got
time.
slain by a demon slayer.
Oh, right.
Sorry. It's a little bit ironic when you think about it. When you think about it, her whole family got slain, were demon hunters, but they got slain by a controlled demon hunter.
Yeah.
Yeah, by Naraku.
Technically, the demon killed the demon.
Not even Naraku. Naraku
Right.
controlled her brother.
Naraku also controlled the people who got killed. Therefore,
He was trying to get rid of all of them.
I know, it's just really...
It's still technically
it's,
Yeah,
Naraku's fault.
it is.
it's ironic.
I forgot about her brother, it's right.
But yeah, those two seem like they're like they seem like they're the adults of the
group,
of the
yes.
Inuyasha, he's been trapped. He might be older than everybody else, and yes, he is older than literally everyone else.
It's like,
But-
what, 52?
No, he's older.
62?
No, he's older than 52.
Hang on.
I think.
Well, because,
I
like,
said, hang on.
no, well, he was old enough because Kaede was young when he was sealed.
What the hell? He's a lot older than I thought he was.
Yeah, he
How
was.
old is he?
He's about 200.
Yeah, that
Yay!
makes sense.
But he has the mentality of a
even though
teenager.
Inuyasha is 200 years old. He's really really old in human years, but in demon years, he's said that he's younger than Shishomaru.
15.
Right.
Yeah, essentially you could say that he's 15 in demon years.
No, I'm looking at the thing. It literally says physically he is 15.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
Well,
Yeah, exactly. So it's
So
just
yeah.
like, well, he's young.
even though he's technically speaking the oldest character in the series, or not in the series, but of like the main cast, he probably has the most learning to do.
That is true. Well, and that's because he has to learn basically from when he was sealed. Now everything's changed. It's like, well, crap. Now what? And
Well, he also has to deal with this woman who looks like the person he loved and the person who killed him, etc., etc., etc.
right, which makes
And
yeah.
And Kagome is in a similar boat to Moroku and Sango, in that she seems like, again, she's already sort of more wise than most of the other characters.
Oh, Kagome?
Kagome? No.
No.
No,
Like
no.
15.
No, and she
No,
even
even if
acts.
she's a teen, again, the right term is she doesn't seem like one or feel like one.
No, she doesn't. She acts
does.
relatively young, like considering. I mean, she is her age. She is a teenager from the city. Like she has to learn everything.
Yeah,
So-
she's basically roughing it in the woods, and
I never
unlike us
noticed.
country bumpkins, she has no idea what the frick she's doing.
I guess I never noticed it, but
Because like her and Inuyasha are basically on the same level of learning everything again. Because she's in a new world she hasn't been, and his world's changed from the ground up. So it's like you're both in new areas now. Good luck.
Pretty much, because it's 50.
Pretty much.
50 years is a very long time.
Right. Anyways, my turn for themes, and again, I think my favorite theme is actually the dual, like, the parallel worlds between the old era and the new era,
Yeah.
and the differences that you see in them.
Well, I can see that.
Just like in the new era, they have everything convenience for them. Like they have everything essentially. Like if somebody from like the old time saw them, they would say, "You have everything you have everything handed to you on a silver platter." Because to them, they had to earn everything. They had to work for everything. And then in the modern age, essentially, you could go to get a fish that you'd normally have to fish for. You could just walk down to the market and get a fish.
Mm-hmm.
But in the war era, they can't do that. There is not a market for fish. You have to catch your own fish.
Well, there are markets and there are merchants, but
there
yeah.
You have to
aren't
find
as
them.
many.
Yeah, that's true. You do have to
And
find
they're
them.
not as convenient.
That's true.
That's true. Yeah, you're right.
So I think that's my favorite theme is like the dual worlds, the parallel worlds, then just seeing the differences between the two and how like Kagome acts versus Kikyo, and even the reactions of Inuyasha when he first goes into the human world.
Okay,
Just,
those
like,
are funny though.
they are really, really funny. That is true.
Because he's just like, what the f is going on?
And,
Alright, then on to personal feelings.
he's basically, is this real life or is this just fantasy kind of thing?
Essentially.
Shut up.
On to personal feelings. Shrub, why don't you start this one off?
Alright, personal feelings about this series. It's definitely one, I'm not like what Sammy said, I'm not one that like instantly loved it. I had to grow to love it, kind of thing. And the more you watch it, the more connected you get to the characters. Of course, you know, that's like any anime or show or whatever you watch. But basically what I'm trying to get here is some of these characters are not easily liked. You are still in that really confused state. So at first, you would think, oh, Inuyasha. I'm going to like Inuyasha because the title of the show is Inuyasha. So I'm going to like that character.
Yeah, and then Inuyasha turns out to be
I
incredibly big,
hated him.
gigantic dick.
I hated him at first. And I understand that Kagome is going from a, modern civilization to this civilization where they don't even have plumbing kind of thing.
Yeah, it's sort of like going.
He's
It's sort of
really
like
whiny at first, and I'm going, dude,
Yeah,
calm down. It's not that bad.
It's so. She's also sort of a bitch when she just randomly tells Inuyasha to sit. Like that is.
Oh, sometimes he deserves it.
Yeah.
Sometimes he does, but he doesn't always deserve it, and she's just sometimes doing it to be a.
I would.
Yeah.
I'm not just gonna lie. I'm sorry. Watching him faceplant because he decided he wanted to be a douche.
Sit.
Bam! I
Actually,
don't
no-
have that necklace on, so
To be fair, since technically he was a dog demon, you would be the one wearing a shark.
Aha! I'm the human.
No,
So you're-
no. Mayoshi's gonna be dressed up as Shippo.
Yeah, but you're a fox, which is also canine, which means dog, and therefore sit boy.
No. Bad.
Oh,
Bad.
I win.
Bad. My turn.
Yay!
I'm trying to think. Oh yeah, my personal feelings. As I said, I enjoy the characters more than I enjoy the plot. I enjoy the interactions with the characters, with the world around them, with the other characters that surround them, and just like watching it snowball into absolute insanity. That is something that I personally love watching in any anime, but not a lot of animes do that.
It's like,
Say that
okay, you were saying watching it snowball. I was like, yes, they will snowball into hell.
They will. They absolutely will. That's not even a joke. They actually really, really will. Again, not a lot of animes do this though, which is sort of a sad thing. Like Fully Cooley does it. Dead Man Wonderland does it. By the way, we're covering both those at some point.
Dead Man Wonderland was an interesting show. That was,
Dead Man Wonderland was beautiful. I loved it. Oh, it was so beautiful. It snowballed in.
Now that show got weird.
I
Really
don't know how to feel about that show. I
It got
watched it.
really, like, especially in final act, it just gets absolutely insane. No, Sammy, your turn.
All right, for
I
me,
kind
when
of skipped you. Sorry.
but I'm used to it at this point. But
Sorry.
for my personal feelings, like from seeing it the very first time and then to now, I hate to say it, but it hasn't
It has a
aged
grown
well. No, like it still has that very nice nostalgia to it to me. Like I can sit down and still watch it. But the very early episodes of the anime, there is a cringe-worthy process of trying to get through the first arc, and I'm like, please make it stop.
I agree with you on that one. That was one of the biggest problems I faced too. It's like, I know this is gonna work out in the end. Please let it work out in the end. And it's like, come
But
on.
it's like now that I have gotten to the point where I can now analyze the anime, like it makes me cringe slightly when I'm watching the first
Yeah.
couple of episodes. But from Shippo on, it's not as bad.
Right.
Now, once it gets to about season 4, I'm like, all right, I'm good. We're good. I made it over that hill. We're good.
Wait, 4 seasons? Holy crap.
I'm
for the
gonna
original
say
thing,
this.
because
It's
hang on, shark. I'm not done.
sorry.
But no, like if you like, the 4th season is where you know how the openings change.
Yeah.
Right.
Lamp.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
The 4th opening is the 4th season, which is what I mean. Like in the original anime, there were 4
Oh, you mean
openings.
like-
So I'm
you mean the
referring
4th
to
arc.
that. Sorry.
You mean the 4th arc?
4th arc, 4th season. It's technically seasons because arcs are different.
Oh,
Because there are different arcs during each season.
that's true. That's true.
Well, we're not going to get into that complicated process. There's too
Right.
many of them.
Right, but yeah, fourth season.
Once you get towards like 3rd to 4th season and on, you're good. You're golden. Great. I'm sorry, but it's
No,
true.
no, it's fine. It's not by interrupting. It's sort of like I recently watching the original Yu-Gi-Oh. I
Oh
love
God, that's an adventure.
I loved it as a kid. Now that I'm older, now that I'm wiser, now that I can, older is retrospective, but not retrospective. What's the word? Not
Subjective?
retrospective.
Subjective?
Thank you. Subjective. Older is subjective because, but anyways, now that I'm more wise, now that I can view the anime in a way of like that I've seen other anime, better anime, it hasn't dated well. I still enjoy it because I know it came from a time that was like that all the slang that they use in that is sort of good, but and it did get better. That anime specifically did really get better, similar to Inuyasha in that it later on it got better, but early on it's like stop. We are also covering Yu-Gi-Oh at some point, but anyways, that's
oh
not.
gosh, we have to go through that headache. Okay, good, got it.
Okay.
Anyways,
Okay.
Lamp, your turn.
yeah, hang on, I wasn't done.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Sorry. Go ahead.
But yeah, no, I mean, like I said, it may not have aged well, but it still has that really nice nostalgia to it. I mean, I can still watch it and enjoy it, but it doesn't have that whole, like, from when you're a bushy-tailed, bright-eyed 6th grader. God bless America. When you're like a 6th grader looking at it going, ooh, awesome new show, to like when you're 23 and you're like, wow,
No, so it doesn't
this is
have
an
the same
introductory
effect.
anime for sure.
It doesn't have the same effect as Teen Titans in that, like, for Teen Titans, I watched it as a kid. Personally, I watched it as a kid. I loved it as a kid, and I love it just as I did then as I do now.
Oh, I can still see the deterioration though. Some of the writing is just
can.
eh.
You can, but and that's the thing. Like every series
did I
has its
just
faults.
forget?
It now depends. Is it good enough to cover said faults? That's the big question. That's the question for all old anime, and that is all anime or shows in general. Is that they all have their faults. Are they good enough to cover them up with to the point where we still notice them, but they're not as bad.
I guess so. I mean, even though Inuyasha still is kind of meh, if you think about it, like the original series is very meh. I mean, it definitely picks up from season 3 on. However, if you look at Final Act, it's wrapping up. So you know that there's going to be a little more action, more ends being tied up, stuff like that.
It could really use it could really use a remake if anything.
Oh lord, that would take forever.
It would. I think it would honestly be worth it. Like maybe find a way to revamp the animation. Like maybe even do it from scratch. Just like, but give it it's still worthwhile. Like give us the same story that's still worthwhile, but update it a little bit. Like that's what happened with Sailor Moon.
Wait. Oh yeah.
But even with how much I don't like Sailor Moon, I will still admit Sailor Moon Crystal is at least better than the original.
Well, yeah, because it's a remake. They learned from their mistakes and they were able to figure out what worked and what didn't.
Yeah. But anyways, if you're done, Lamp, go ahead.
Personal feelings. Really, I can't say a lot stood out. I liked the series for what it was, a good adventure romp through the world of both areas and a good story. I didn't really get as much out of it as like, okay, I watched it for a bit, good story, okay, wraps up next season. But overall, it was a nice, good, entertaining one, which is rare because for me, most series I start to pick apart. It's like, okay, wait, why is this here? What's going on here? This one, it didn't get too bold, too anything, and you could enjoy it just for a decent watch through the entire thing. Good escapism, and in the end, it was a good love story. It took a while to get to the point where I can call it even a good love story, but it did. But after, like, it took like 2 seasons, I think, to really get into the whole story of the characters and what they're trying to do, but it did. But overall, well balanced. I can't say it really stood out, but it did make at least a fresh attempt to try to make the demons and everything like that.
Here's my question: I'm trying to think if it's similar to Romeo and Juliet. It feels like it is.
With Kikyo and Inuyasha, maybe.
No, with Kikyo and Inuyasha, I would say that it's more like that one's more like not Hamlet, but what other one did he do? I'm trying to remember.
No, Romeo and Juliet ended up dead. In the Scottish play. No, just in case somebody decides to listen to this in a theater, I ain't jinxing anybody.
Yeah, the Scottish play, Mick something.
Yeah, that one. Mick Jagger.
Yeah, Mick Jagger.
It's
sort of like that, and it's sort of like Romeo. It's sort of like a mixture of Romeo and Juliet and Scottish play. Yeah, no, I understand. I actually shouldn't have said that. My theater teacher would burn me alive if I said that. Jeez.
I'm sorry. As a former theater major, I refuse to curse anybody if they happen to be in a theater and they're listening to this. I'm not gonna be responsible for something bad happening. Listen to me. The curse is if you are on the stage, you are allowed to say it. If you are off the stage and you say it, like no spotlight, even if you are in costume and you're not on stage, you cannot say the name. You only have to be the person saying the name on stage. Any other time, you are jinxed.
Alright, anyways.
Take that to heart. Anyone watching this show, if you're ever a theater major, learn from this.
Anyways, continue on.
From a former theater major.
Lamp.
I know, I'm done. That was it.
Oh, go. Alright, then Chub, your turn.
Sorry.
Personal
I hit my
feelings.
tooth.
Okay. Yeah, I don't have very much personal feelings wise. I still, think it's a really good anime anyway, but I don't know how to exactly say it. I don't have any personal feelings about this.
Alrighty, then I suppose we can just move on then.
Sorry.
That's okay. Favorite moments.
Alright, so this one I get to start. My favorite moment is the battle between Inuyasha and Shippo's brothers. I think that was the most epic battle of the entire series. I loved it.
Speaking of Shippo, I think mine was when he became the cloud and rained arrows, only to find that the arrows healed them instead of hurt them. Like, he was trying so hard, and it's like, nope, it just healed your shoulder. It's like, wow, dude, it's like he just failed in his own attempt to attack. Good job for you.
Poor baby.
I know, that was funny though. Alright, that was my favorite moment though. It just showed like...
how about you, Trev?
Favorite moment, I would have to say, is whenever you first see the beads activated on Inuyasha's neck. That is my favorite moment.
Slam!
Like, he does, like, welcome to the slam, you know, welcome to the jail kind of shit.
What is it with you and the music puns today?
Like, he does not know what's going on. It first happens, and you see the thought process go across his mind of, what just happened?
So, Trev, are you saying that your favorite moment is when he was put into the doghouse?
Boo! Boo! That was bad.
Oh, are you sure it wasn't rough?
No, we've already gone over dog puns off screen, which they'll never hear, but you know.
Well,
Sammy, what about you, Sammy?
Mine would have to be like any kind of fight. I like the fights in the show because they're action. Most of them may be like really talky, but you get to see the action and the thought process of what's going on between the characters. But the Band of Seven fights are probably my favorites because you see one character who actually has a split personality between somebody who wants to help people and then somebody who wants to kill people. Therefore, and also you have, you know, the gayest member of the force. But anyway, I love Jakotsu as much as I love Bankotsu.
Here's a question.
But he is flaming out the wazoo.
Sammy, here's the question. Are they essentially the Ginyu Force?
No. The Ginyu Force is a lot freaking gayer. That's why they're called the Gayu Force, not the Ginyu Force. Get it right.
Well, I actually don't even think it's them who's gay. I think it's just Frieza himself who's...
Oh, come on. Do you not see Jice and the blue guy? I mean, they're just a couple right there.
And then
Raccoon. I'll give you
that.
So, I'm sorry, but no.
Actually, no, okay. Speaking on that kind of train of logic, is it weird that Inuyasha's sword gets huge in fights?
No, we are not.
I was just thinking that. I was like, wait a second, it does get bigger in fights.
Hey, Lamp. Maybe he's just using it to try and find a bone.
Oh my god.
That's funny. Anyway, sorry. Just had to point that out.
God, you did not go there.
I had to point that out. I'm sorry.
Why did you? I mean, I understand I'm the one who's actually been drinking tonight, but god dang. Really?
Well, because when he goes to Ted's side, it goes poof, and it's like, oh, here's a giant sword now. What just happened? And it's like, hey, fighting, man. Gets a guy riled up.
Not touching that.
That's this.
At some point, Lamp. At some point, somebody just needs to make an animation of Inuyasha's sword getting big when Kagome's around.
It's been done. I'm sure it's been done.
It probably has.
Anyway.
Make a sexual innuendo out of everything in an anime. Why am I my perverts?
I wasn't trying. It just came to mind.
Why did you have to bring that up now?
Anyways, Lamp. No, Lamp. Did you already do yours, Lamp? Or
yeah, I did. We all did our thing.
No, Sammy didn't. Sammy.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, you did. We all did. She did the Band of Seven.
I was trying to finish up something. That's what happened. Okay,
oh, yeah, right.
Basically, what I was trying to say was even the fight with like Bankotsu and everything, he has a giant sword. And going off of what Lamp said, I felt like when I was a kid, I was like, is he compensating for something? What's wrong here? Because he was the only one who could lift it. And then as an adult, I was going, oh.
Yeah, well, I mean, And now we think about it now, it's like they have to know what they're doing there. There's no way it's an innocent symbol.
And I remember something. We were supposed to talk about why there were so many attractive people written in manga and like in the ones that we've written so far. These have been written by women. Therefore, the men should be attractive.
No, it's not even that though. There's anime that was written by men, where literally every guy is still attractive. Look at Naruto.
What about Naruto?
Doesn't have that many attractive guys. To be honest, Gaara is my favorite. But,
I mean, I'd say Naruto, like the ones most attractive that can be considered that way are along the Sasuke family line to an extent. Well, okay, he's more stereotypically like the guy that he's the Edward to the rest of their Bellas. But no, there was also, what was his name? There was a blind kid family. The crap, what was it?
Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
It wasn't really the blind people. They could still see it was the Byakugan. It was the Hyuga family.
Yeah, because I mean, I would say that he and Sasuke were amongst the two. I mean, we had like Naruto, who was like, I would not say that's dateable.
Actually, that depends. Hang on, Lamp. That entirely depends. Are you talking about before? Are you talking about pre-time skip or after?
Pre.
Yeah, definitely not dateable. But after?
Yeah, that's true.
I mean,
That's a whole
Like the
different
Shippuden area, yeah.
Yeah.
I would argue that after a time skip, like literally, again, every guy, even Choji, somehow got like.
Whenever he loses all that weight after he fights, you're sitting there like, what just happened?
No, he's still more of a brother type to me. Like Naruto and Choji, like most of them, I see them as like brother types. But that's just me. Now Neji and Gaara, maybe.
All I'm saying, my point was that it's not just women who do this. It's men. It's like, I don't know what it is with manga and just like making people way overly attractive.
Maybe
Serious.
Well, maybe if you think about it, it's also a type to draw men in, because if you look at a more modern idea, like if you look at men's magazines, you always see attractive males. It's because it's the men's ideal. That is what I want to be. That is what I want to strive for. That's what I see. That's what I'm seeing. It's a trope.
Right. It's not even just men though. It's also the women too in anime.
Oh,
look at
shit, I mean, why women are attractive in Japan.
Sango's essentially supposed to be the ninja, and you know what? I think Gaijin Goomba, if you actually ever watch him, he did a video talking about all the ninjas in video games, like which one's the best, and he brought up the fact that like women who are supposed to be ninja that have really big tits should not be ninja, because when they do their flips and stuff like that, their gigantic tits would end up hitting them in the face.
Okay, well, let's go ahead. On a tangent, let's go ahead and wrap it up before I run out of camera time here.
Right, anyways, there are a few things that I think that I should probably mention here. One is that sometime either next week or the week after, we're going to be starting to stream on Twitch. So,
oh yeah, that's right.
Whenever we'll put a link down below for you guys to follow us, and we'll make a video, whatever. We'll make a video, but we might make one video and just continually re-upload it, but we'll do something to tell you guys, hey, we're doing a Twitch thing, so come and watch us.
Yeah, we'll let you know.
There are also there's another series that we're gonna also be starting, which we take a look at the weirdest anime and we try in the smallest amount of time to explain them. So that will be fun whenever that happens.
Oh, what are we gonna call it? Shotgun anime?
Yeah, that's
We can think of a name.
I think that all our names should at least have like Desu something. So maybe
Shotgun Desu.
Shotgun Desu.
Shotgun Desu.
Sure, why not? Let's go with that.
Alright, so it's gonna be called Shotgun Desu, and yeah, it's essentially just gonna be us looking at the weirdest anime ever and trying to explain it in the shortest amount of time. So yeah, there is that. But I think that's all the announcements. So
yeah, that's
hey,
right.
thank you guys for watching Desu.
Desu.
Too much, Desu.
Yeah, way too
Never
much.
enough.
And we'll see you all later, my lovelies.
Way too much.
Hey.
Adios.
Bye.
Here's my opinion on anime. Everything is hentai. Even if it's not hentai, it's hentai.
Guys, hang on a minute.
I hear beeping.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. That's my opinion on anime. Everything is hentai. Even if it's not hentai, it's still hentai.
Hang on.
Oh, I'll cut this out anyway. It's okay.
No, don't cut it out.
No, hang on a minute. I gotta check what's wrong. My smoke alarm's going off.
Oh crap.
It's too hilarious. You can't.
Hold on. Let's wait for Sammy. I don't know
No,
what's going
I'm
on.
just saying, Lamp. You can't cut it out. It's too hilarious.
Jesus Christ, I hear her sister.
Yes.
Yeah, but I can't like open up the. Hey,
Did you want the
Sam-
wiki? I have it open right now.
Yes.
Sammy, could you send me that? No, because you did like a list of like who should speak first at what point.
We have to remember there's kids here, yet you said that.
I should not be drinking this while we're recording.
Okay.